first of all, welcome. Aloha mai kākou pau e kuʻumahoa. Such an honor to have you guys. I'm going to now start our presentation. And it's going to be a ceremony because what I'm going to share, you already know. And what we are going to know, we are going to share with others. So that is the purpose of any meeting nowadays. So let me just see if I need to look through this group. And way to make it, everybody. Way to make it. Way to make it. Just making sure everyone's on mute. There we go. Lindsay, one more person. All right, 29. Okay, that's a great group. Hi, Heidi. Way to make it. Alicia, way to make it. Jessica, way to make it. Jolly, way to make it. Yay. Okay, is everyone's muted? All right. Here we go. There's the image of our times, everybody. Right there on the caterpillar eating the crown flower over at my house. It's it's an offering when you give food like that to the energetic field of massive transformation. So remember how Darwin never found the missing link? Because we go from caterpillar to butterfly, and that's what's happening now. But I need us to really understand that the next hour is going to be very very intimate for me, because today is my beloved partner's 68th birthday. And I originally said, no, I can't do anything because it's the holy day and I have to, focus. And so she said, I could do this. So thank you, Nahida. So here we go. We're going from a caterpillar to a butterfly, everybody. All right. And this is how we're going to do it. The name of this next hour is called Laha'āina, the land of prophecy. It is the ancient understanding of Lahaina. And I want to start by all of us doing this kapihes chant. But the origin of this is so special. I was with kūkulukumuhana for years, being her cheerleader for the Hawaiian movement, as cool as the helm on Mokoke Ave, about 30 years ago, 28 years ago. And just before that, I was in India for a month, following the footsteps of the Buddha after the death of a beloved sister and the change of a beloved relationship and the loss of a beloved home. So I was in India just kind of, exploring my Buddhist understanding of myself. And I was there for a month and traveled to Sarnath, where the Buddha gave his first talk. And it was around the Dharma Chakra, the place where he gave his talk over 2,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago. And all of a sudden, Kapihe's chant just started coming, and I started chanting, and that was the chant that came to me. And I'm thinking to myself, what's this chant coming? You know what I mean? Because for the charter school for years, and we still do, to get our kids and our young adults to understand that things are going to change, and we are that change. And but what was that chant coming to me in India while I was walking around the Dharma Chakra at Sarnath? What? So I realized when I was doing it over and over and over in the softness of that early morning mist, is that for me, the Noahuna, the personal esoteric transmission of Kapihe's chant was, what is above is going to drop, and what is below our preoccupation with the mundane things and our sexual awareness is going to rise. We're going to meet at the heart chakra. We're going to meet where our islands can produce transformation, and we are going to be strengthened by each other's, ʻoluʻolu. We are going to share that knowledge in the world. And then I walked out of my, trance, out of the Dharma chakra of Sarnath with it. Buddha gave his first talk, and there was this temple. And this temple, small and beautiful and very, very well done, there was a plaque out on the outside. He said, this temple was made by the generous ongoing donations of Mary Mikahala Foster, Honolulu, Hawaii, 1919. And I thought to myself, what? Who's Mary Foster? And who's Dharmapala? The man that brought meditation to her in 1894. She was so mad. She was so mad. She's one of the Ward sisters who was so mad at the overthrow. She only spoke ʻoluʻolu Hawaii inside her home for a while. And so we believe that Dharmapala taught her while he was coming back from the World Religion event in Chicago in 1894. He came back through Hawaii, and she was waiting for him, and she went on his ship for a few hours. She came back, and she became the person who helped him develop the Mahabodhi Society, who made that temple in India. Because at the time, in the 1900s, the Buddhism was kind of, it was rooted in Indian thinking, but Buddhism itself was gone for about 1,000 years. And so Sarnath was almost in ruins. So for her to build that temple and bring back the Dharma chakra, the idea that love is the energetic field of our evolution, was done by a Hawaiian. And so that's why when I say this oli, when I say this chant, when I say this prophecy, what I'm feeling in my heart is aloha is the primal transformational force of our collective emergence. So here we go. We're going to do it 3 times. Those of you who know it, join in. Those of you who don't, hum in. Okay? Just feel the essence of what is both political, but mostly deeply, fundamentally spiritual. E ono luna, e piano lalo, e huina moku e kuana kapai. E huana o luna, e piano lalo, e huina na moku e kuana kapai. E huana o luna, e piano lalo, e huina na moku e kuana kapai. I mua ka lāhui o Hawaii nui ake. Okay, here we go. When a complex system is far from equilibrium, small islands of incoherence and a sea of chaos have the capacity to shift the entire system to a higher order. Ta-da! That would be us. That would be us. Feel the love, feel the pressure, because all good athletes can handle. All good mothers and fathers can handle. All people that are developing their good mind can handle. Because look at this. Look at these. Look at this. This is the self-organizing universe. We think we're all like dun ta dun ta dun. The better we get, the more we demand for more money. You think that's how we're going to get through this? Let's try something older. To suspend our disbelief, begin spiritual practice. So let's combine a spiritual practice, because all of us are practitioners of social work, of psychology, of Laha'āina work, of aloha ohana work. All of us are teachers. All of us are students. All of us are learning the art. Eliza, can you help me bring in people, or is it just me? No, I can handle. I can handle talking and bringing people in. You, Molo, you lazy guys. It's okay. No, I'm just kidding. So this is the gentleman. He's from Russia, but he's bringing to us what we have already felt in our bones, that there's something different happening on the planet. For us, What our systems is to connect to that. So when we say the world is self-organizing, it was Ilya Prigogine that developed the understanding of the butterfly effect. What happens, you know, just a little bit differently, 2,500 miles away, develops a hurricane here in Hawaii. Do you understand? It's not the larger systems that change, it's the individual small ones. And that is every time you take care of yourself, every time you speak to your grandchild, every moment you honor your elders, every time you Laha'āina. These are the small islands of coherence. But I take this to mean as a Hawaiiana. Someone just said this to me yesterday. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, how am I going to segue this discussion of Laha'āina? And what I want to do is link the process of seeing what's happening now as beyond chaotic and linking it to a coherent system. And my work is in philosophy. And when I entered the field in the 80s, 90s, people were calling chaos theory, chaos theory. And then the women got into the field, and I got to read some of their work, and they started calling it coherence. That about sums it up, hey girls. So we can handle the cacophony, but we have to see the patterns so that we can link in, and the patterns are always relational. And that is the communion, the yin, yin, yin of our lives. So let's keep going so we can understand why we're here, because you are that island. I am that island, and we are going to connect through an energetic field that many, many people call it differently. But I love Ka'ai's mama, Auntie Lynette, is now bringing out ho'oponopono practices like kūkulukumuhana, and that is we are doing a kūkulukumuhana. We're energetically connecting in an awamo kuleana format, so that we can strengthen not only our resolve, but our efficacy. Because here's what John said: Lahaina has burned to the ground, and people have lost so much: lives, families, businesses, possessions. He said, what happens to the Aina, that land, now is tremendously suggestive of what our future is going to be. So there it is. What happens in Lahaina, and Maui is key. I've been saying this for 10, 15 years now. Pulama can attest to it, that Maui families are key. You folks are key because of the energy of the mo'o, the energy of the feminine, the energy of the mixing of the salt and fresh, the energy of Aina Momona, the energy of communion, the energy of Papa, the energy of Kiha. There is so much to what is happening now, spiritually, mythically, and prophetically. So when John said that, and I got it in a some kind of journal, is that I believe also that what happens in Lahaina will portend what will happen in Hawaii, and what will happen in Hawaii portends what will happen in the world. So it's very key that we wake up now. But as a closeted Buddhist, Taoist, and indigenous practitioner, the Buddha said Buddha was not his name, you guys. His name was Siddhartha Gautama. Buddha means enlightened intelligence. And the Buddha said, we've been nothing but awake. We just think we haven't. You just think you haven't. So once you realize that our natural state is wakefulness, we are going to understand what awareness means, what wakefulness means, and what that means to the spirit of what is Hawaii. So I really get that John's idea is key here, and that the Maui ohanas, and it's Maui. It's not Mokokeawe, it's not Oahu, it's Maui, Maui nui akama, because it's kaumaha. You folks have that challenge, the challenge of every single thing. I don't need to hear any of it. I can feel it from here. We are Maui families. So we are absolutely present within and throughout this kaumaha. But here it is. Laha means to prophesize, to proclaim, to speak in visionary terms. Aina is that which nourishes land. Laha'āina is the old name of Lahaina. You know, like mo'okapu is the old name of mo'okapu. They just put two words together, so Lahaina, Lahaina. And during the day, hundreds of years ago, that was the place to come, because Lahaina had thousands of lo'ikalo, hundreds of loko'i'a, scores of ulu coconut groves, ulu groves. It was the mecca of Aina Momona for Maui, and hundreds of ships berthed there at any given time in the late early 1800s. The whaling came later, okay? So we have to recognize our own capacity to heal in our own knowing. And there's Moku'ula, the kapuhomo ali'i. There is so much that you folks know already of Laha'āina and Moku'ula that it behooves us to be interested on why Laha'āina is coming toward us now. Okay, wait. Oh, I wanted to, where is the, oh gosh, sorry you guys. I want to read you something now. Okay, I'm going to read you something because this is where I got it from, okay? All right, let me just clean this. Okay, and show. I want to read this to you because this is where I got it from. I thought I'd put it on the slide. Laha'āina, land of prophecy. This came from Inez Ashdown. She recalls in 1908, she said, while she was crossing the Au Channel with Queen Liliʻuokalani and her mother, not the Queen's mother, but Inez Ashdown's mother, quote, "They said we must be careful to pronounce correctly the old way, and repeated several times, Laha'āina, land of prophecy." Queen Liliʻuokalani imparted to Inez Ashdown and her mother upon entering Keawe'ike Harbor aboard the steamship SS Mauna Kea in January 1908. Laha means prophecy or something published like a law or proclamation. Aina means land, land of prophecy. Hence the name Laha'āina, more properly spelled and pronounced as Laha'āina. Said almost as two words. This pronunciation was important to Queen Liliʻuokalani, as she had Inez and her mother repeated several times while she introduced them to Laha'āina in January 1908. Inez and her mother traveled to Maui aboard the SS Mauna Kea with the Queen and Her Majesty's party, who were disembarking at Laha'āina, while the Ashdowns went on to Makena. As they entered the Au Channel approaching Laha'āina, one elderly aristocratic lady tossed her head and said, "Lahaina roads, indeed." That was the name that the whalers gave the channel. Au means our entire background since the beginning of creation. How will our children remember the beauty of our island culture when even our melodious Hawaiʻi names are forgotten? Unquote. Whalers had long before renamed the channel Lahaina Roads or Roadstead. Queen Liliʻuokalani replied, "Some will remember." Isn't that beautiful? Some will remember. So I want us to remember that the Queen said, "Some will remember." And so it's come back to us for a reason. I'm not here to debate the inadequacies of this or that or this or that. I'm not here to do anything. But as a Maui Nui a Kama Ohana that hails from both Wailuku, Kipuhulu, Hiloone, and Kohala. I feel a necessity to talk about it with everyone now, because if we're not led by the mythic nature of our times, we will miss the opportunity of this powerful kaumaha. We will miss the opportunity of our capacity to express the mana of our people, the mana of our lands. Because by 1860, Daviana McGregor, who partnered with my beloved cousin, Emmett, she sent us historical things that just really helped me find my footing in this. By 1860, all the water was shunted to the sugar industry. So by 1860, the Laha'āina became the land of the scorching sun. And so we then fell into that because we had no, we were in a spiritual pause and a psychological challenge of our times. Can you imagine seeing 18 out of your 20 family members die in front of you in the previous 3 generations? Can you feel that? Can you feel that loss and that sense of kaumaha? Even in our papers, they were saying, please don't have any more children. This place is kaumaha. And Hawaii is at a powerful loss. So that by 1860s, 1870s, the lands were, the waters were changed. So our brilliant, beautiful Aina Momona Laha'āina became they must have filled all the lo'ikalo, filled all the loko'i'a, and it became a dry, scorched place. So that's not how it was. That's not what our kupuna made it into. So I want to I want to just open it up right now before we begin to kūkulukumuhana together, is to just to hear what you guys think. What some of you, if you can raise your hand, then we'll have a discussion. Because I know some of you heard this already. This has come from both Pulama Collier's research, my sister Meyer's research, Daviana McGregor's research, and it's timely to bring it together and to bring it out so that we can, we don't have to stand in the ho'oyo, we just have to ne'e because this is ours. This is ours to understand, nobody else's. And when we understand this and embody it in our practices, in our families, within our healing, people will notice. We will be clear. We will not be afraid of this moment of our governor's decrees. We will not be afraid, because the wānanga that I've been taught is vānanga. Wānanga is, of course, our Maori term for enlightened discussion, and vānanga is our Hawaiian term for prophecy. So this is a prophecy given to us by our queen, again, given to us by these times and the kaumaha of these times, and it is a gift. Now, what Maui does with it, we can help. We can help in the ways that you folks ask, but I can help in the ways of spiritual encouragement, kūkulukumuhana. Now, kūkulukumuhana means we engage in an energetic field of brightness, and our work is together. Kumuhana. Kumuhana is like a foundation, and we can make the foundation collectively through our thoughts, through our energies, through that which is dropping down in our hearts, that which is rising toward our hearts. We are going to be strengthened by our commitment and our intentionality, and the world changes with that. The world changes with that. Just like awamu kuleana. People think awamu kuleana just simply means carrying a responsibility. That's the ho'opukuku. That's the literal meaning. That's a translation of awamu kuleana. But Awama Kuleana in the Noa Huna means collective transformation through individual excellence. Collective transformation through individual excellence. See, ours channel, amo is like a orgasm. So the channel of procreative potential happens when you're doing your excellence and I'm doing mine. And you know, try not to, you know, neo-colonize me with your good ideas. I get mine, you get yours. So but do you know what they are? Do you know who you are? Uncle beloved from Kilo would always say, do you know who you are? Aya ilokone. Do you know who we are? And so we've got to know that individually. And yes, we're collective, but you know, don't give me your disease. You know what I mean? Give me your health. Let me when people are sick, I come up to them and I hug them. Let me give you my wellness. Let me give you my wellness. But yeah, you got to take care of. So we are in a situation now where we need this type of spiritual focusing, and that's all I'm interested. This is why, you know what this lei is. I love making these leis. This is the iwi hala, not just any kind. This is the iwi. This is the bones of the hala. So when I wear this lei, it's only for important talks, because this is time for radical transformation. Radical transformation. We need to die in order to be transformed fully. I'm so into that process right now. So I don't know the logistics of any sequencing in Maui. I do not know. I know that my sister and her daughter are going there to make hinai baskets for our people there. So there's lots we can talk about. But does anyone know in this group of 35 people, would anyone like to say any thoughts? I'd like to open up the field now.
I think before anyone wants to share their thoughts, I have some people in the chat asking for the material you were reading from earlier. Would you mind sending it to me so I could send it in the chat?
Absolutely. It's
absolutely,
so and it's a wonderful quote. Yep. And I just read that quote, yeah, you guys. So yeah, I'll send that to you. I'll send that to Eliza, and she'll send it out to you. Yeah, Kapua Sprott just asked for it 5 minutes before you guys came on, and because we gave a talk on the rights of nature last Friday, and so I believe we already have a very mature understanding of the rights of nature, and so we can teach the world what we're doing here. And by the way, the world is listening. All we got to do is be clear and kind. All right. Here, komo now. Anybody? Charmaine? Yes, you with the beautiful. Yes.
Oh, well, I really appreciate you going over this, and I've shared it with my Hawaiian friends, and I'm sharing the knowledge, the ʻike, with them. And I will go over it again with them, you know, in our Native Hawaiian women's group, and I really appreciate it. It's a lot to think about. It's a whole new mindset, and it's just awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Charmaine. Anybody else?
Hi, aloha.
Hi, Riz.
Aloha. I just wanted to share also that my husband, when the situation happened in Lahaina, the first thing he did was in Kahalu'u, he started air laying his big breadfruit tree in the backyard.
Nice.
And he said, when Lahaina's ready for it, there'll be breadfruits for them to start planting. So I just wanted to share that.
Thanks, Riz. We've got 400 coconuts that we planted in our new nursery to give out, and when it's time, and they're asking. But the Waianae knew are in need of a new home because of the coconut rhinoceros beetle. So we're starting because we've been asked, and so we're coconut planters. Ulu actually, coconut groves. Thank you for that. Mahalo nui. That's how. That's a kūkulukumuhana. Yeah. Dolly.
Aloha Manu. And everybody here. I guess, I wanted to say mahalo for sharing what you did. This is the first time I'm hearing Laha'āina, and hearing the history about it, and knowing that in the 1860s, 70s, that kaumaha happened, yeah, at that time. And I was fortunate, blessed enough to be able to have gone down to Lahaina on the 1st of this month with several sisters, who some of them are in this very session, expecting to go down to Lahaina, feeling kaumaha. Now, this is the expectation that I had, yeah. Went down, thinking I'm gonna be getting sick, and all these kind of things from seeing devastation, yeah, before my eyes. But actually, when I went down, I was greeted by kupuna in a loving way.
Yeah. Nice.
So there was actually an embrace of aloha, and it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
It wasn't heavy for me. I didn't smell the burn. I didn't see devastation. I actually saw growth.
Nice.
And for me, so it affirms and confirms like what I experienced, because I was thinking I'm gonna go into devastation, but it was like the kaumaha was lifted.
Yeah.
In a way, if that makes sense. So coherence, I totally align with what you're saying. For me, it's in the feeling part of it. So I understand from that part how, I was just, okay, I'm just ready. Whatever you need, I'm there. Like Auntie Pilai Paki, right? Aho nui. Not so much waiting, but being ready, being ready for the moment. So mahalo for, affirming and confirming the feelings.
Dale, I had Masahide Kato, a friend who is he's been a Laha'āina warrior for years, and he's from Hiroshima. And he said that he spent, I don't know, 5 days there just about a week ago, and he just felt like it was Aloha City. You know what I mean? Like there was aloha there, and there is, in that challenge is that absolute absolute opportunity to awaken. And he was so instructed by that. It was like our dedication to aloha. And as hard as that is, he came back changed because of that. And there's so much to what aloha means to our people. So I really want to ask if anybody, Dali, that was very affirming. Thank you. Because that's what's happening now. Is if we choose the capacity to heal in a way that is transformative. And so when the craziness of all this, whatever is crazy, we have to digest that type of crazy into our hearts. E ihu ana oluna e pi'i ana olalo e hui ana na moku e ku ana kapaia. So that prophecy changed my life, to have it mean that the heady intellectualness that we're all supposed to espouse drops into my heart. It took me my whole life to get to my heart. You know what I mean? And so then and then what is below our preoccupation with the mundane world, our preoccupation with the sexuality of that longing for that form of release, that is going to rise, and we are going to meet at the heart chakra. I mean, like, wow, I would have never ever thought that was the rendition of Kapihe's prophecy, but that was my noahuna, and so no one takes that from me, and I have never expressed that in a group ever. Because Hawaii is, just so you know, Pono's dad was my mentor. His name is Alvin. We'll call Alvin Shim. And he sat me down when I was 33 years old, and he said, I'm going to, he was Antipilahi Paki, Anti Nanaveri. Here's the kupuna from India, Nityananda, Muktananda, Chipolana. Chipolasanana. I mean, these guys were heavy hitters. And I went up to his 17th floor over in Honolulu, and I flew in from Hilo, and he sat me down, and for 3 hours, and he's Maui family, you know. He says, you know, I know your Auntie Rose, and I said to him, Auntie Rose, didn't she die in the 50s? Wasn't she my grandmother's sister? You know? He goes, yeah, she died in the 50s. Like, whoa. That's a kupuna that remembers that she was a crazy driver in Wailuku. And so, and then he named all my kupuna, Uncle Nani, Uncle Kep, and Uncle Noah guys. And so he knew my family. And he said, I know your ohana, so I'm going to teach you the I Ching. So so I learned the I Ching. And the I Ching is if any of you guys want to know, just email me and come over to Oahu and I'll teach you the I Ching. 5,000 years old. And, you know, those of us who are Pake are like every single Hawaiian I know is part Pake. Kali, I can see that fabulous beard of yours, Kali. Whoa, give me that beard. Yeah, you Pake too, eh, Kali? Yeah. The point is, he says to me, pay attention. And, you know, the I Ching really has helped me in the last 30 years. I've been practicing for 30 years. And he says, you know, Hawaii is going to be pivotal in saving the world. I'm sitting there as a 34-year-old going like, oh, thank you, Uncle. Like, what? And he says, you know why? Because aloha. We get aloha. It's not our philosophy. It's not our religion. It's our culture. It's how we act. And, you know, we know when we're not in aloha. And we know when people around us no more aloha. And, you know, we say puting. You know, we do the puting. So we you know more aloha? You puting. So, you know, that's the thing. And you know, we know that. We know that. We know that. But now it's our time to practice that because the world is watching. But we got to watch ourselves and love ourselves. And I have to forgive myself when I'm not doing that well. And I so know when I'm not. But that's why this prophecies, that's why I wanted to come on. When the Ho'ikaika guys go, you want to do something on my partner's birthday? I'm like, no, I don't think so. I no can. And then she said, yes. I go, okay, I'm doing Laha'āina. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. Let's bring out the bulls. Let's bring out let's bring it out. Let's paint it red. I got a twin sister and she's so different. And she says to me, Manu, why don't you just paint it red? Paint the ideas. Paint them red. I'm like, wow. You know, because I'm the Ne'e Malie kind girl. Like, you know. Not like you, Ekela. Yeah. Good to see you, Ekela. Yeah. So Laha'āina is coming out because it's for us to be inspired. We're going from the one energetic field, and we're gonna bump now because so many people in the world know our history now, and we could not have gotten that free advertising. You know what I mean? Like. So choke, you know, I don't have a television, you guys, for over 56, 55. I have never had a television since when I left home. So 50, 60 years now, 50 years, I've not had a television. So I do not plug in. I'm in the world, but I swear I'm not of the world. And so I don't plug in. And so we are part of an evolutionary process. So when I saw YouTubes, I do YouTubes and Netflix. So the YouTubes, all these guys is telling the history of Hawaii. And I'm like, whoa. And you know, like how many hits? 1.2 million, one guy, 6.4 million. I'm like, what? So people are getting a different history and it's our history. And we are in charge. So it is a hermeneutic transformation. It is our capacity to interpret our own understanding. And that's why Laha'āina has come to us now. So, you know, you see the background of Akela's? Akela, can you talk to us about that background and just about anything? Your ʻike is so beloved. Hi, Akela. You see that background? That is what. Yeah, that's how.
Hi, darling Manu. Hey, how are you?
My God, no.
My God. Yeah. Well, this just happens to be my background that I switched over to my laptop. And so this is my background that I just recently used for a training. Because the ahupua'a is us, right?
Yep.
How we at the very core of who we are manage ourselves,
Yep.
you know, around vai, you know, and
Yep. Yep.
just looking at it, right? The fluidity of it, the understanding of how that's how we need to move through life is to be as fluid as possible, and that we nourish others. Yeah. So really, this mana'o of the ahupua'a really nourishes us and gives us a perfect example of who we are as kanaka, our kulana, our roles, our kuleana, our responsibilities, privileges and rights, right? That we have to the waterways, and how do we protect these things that are vital to our nohana, yeah, our lifestyle as kanaka. So yeah, that's just a little bit about why that's behind me, because I think it's really important for us to remember that at the core of who we are, we knew how to set ourselves up and live in a system that could sustain us spiritually, emotionally, physically, all of that. Yeah. Mahalo, Manu.
Now, you see what Akela is saying? We have the knowledge. Now we have to have the collective will to not only transfer water, but to know what to do as water comes down. So I have a friend, Indrajit Gunasekara from southern Sri Lanka, and he has a Olelo no Ea from there, it says not one drop of rain goes to the ocean. How's that? Not one drop of rain. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, what do I know about rain, water retention? Don't surf at the Muliwai after rain. You know what I mean? Like, I know nothing. I know nothing. So we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared. Just before the fires of Lahaina, I live in Palehua. It's 1,500 feet. It's in a dry land area of Oahu, and it is. We were coached because it is the driest area. It is the winds were coming 50 to 70 miles per hour. We were coached. There was only like 20 houses, 20 homes up here in 4,000 acres. We were told a fire is coming. We were told to not weed whack. We were told to not start our car over grass. We were told this because we have a relationship with the Aina Vela, that is Palehua. And so if we have a better relationship with our Aina Pulama, our Aina Aloha, our Aina Kupainaha, our Kua Aina Aloha, we will understand more. And this is an opportunity to not only bring back the waters, to bring back our relationship with our Aina Momona, our Aina Momona. And if we can do this, if Maui can pull this off, and we will energetically lend our aloha and our support to Maui Nui a Kama, the world will see something different. But we must have collective will. We must. We must. Because Laha'āina is the land of prophecy. And it was Aina Momona at one time. It is our decision. You know, that's why I work with new, coconut. Currently it's people are afraid of coconuts. They see coconuts as a liability and an ornamental. You know what I mean? We learned that in the last 100 years. That is our mistake to change. Or, ornamental liability or tree of life. You know what I mean? Tree of life. Our decision. Our work. Our collective work. So this is what I want to end on. I want to end on this idea that when we collectively work on things together, we are able to, we are actually able to participate in a way that is unbelievably efficacious. And so let's do a share screen here. I just lost you guys for a minute. So this is what I got from Uncle Alvin, that aloha is the crucial ingredient. It is the actual and energetic primal source of our collective emergence. And that's Auntie Pilahi Paiki. She says the world would turn to Hawaii as they search for world peace because Hawaii has the key, and that key is aloha. That's us, you guys. Kakoa pau. And Hale Makua, Matakite of our people, the seer, a beloved friend and mentor and uncle of Luana, my beloved Pili Aloha. And I used to, I'm a recovering everything but recovering athlete. And all I did is just bounce that basketball, play, set that volleyball, do it over and over and over and over. And so we're not going to get good at this unless we ho'oma'ama'a, unless we practice these things together. Because here's Halemakua's quotation that I have etched on my heart, that truth is the highest goal and aloha is the greatest truth. Ta-da! Pono is the highest goal and aloha is the greatest pono. How's that? Because here's Auntie Lynette. I'm so glad you're here. Auntie Lynette Paglinawan says it's about form and essence. Form is the outside, essence is the inward, meaning, the effects and purpose. The deep essence is always aloha. So, always aloha. Thank you, Auntie Lynette. And I can sense it in your family, ka'ai. And here's Tom Lenchenko telling us that aloha is forever and forever is the old way of our ancients. Ta-da! So we got the bill of, you can see aloha termites, drink aloha, insurance, they've taken it, but that's their thing. We have to digest the pono of what it means for us. I don't care if people say aloha electricity, doesn't matter. Aloha, drink, doesn't matter. If everyone say people debauched aloha, yeah, that's them. Now what are we gonna do? Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Remember that song? Now that we found aloha, what are we gonna do with it? I don't know who sang that song, but now let's practice with an oli, because that's the image. Halo ana kalau kapalili. Where's our Ieve? How's that? Ikela. Luana and I figured that out together. It's not a dead baby that was caused by incest. It's our amnio sac that looked like a child. We buried that and then created. Can you imagine if every woman said to the doctor, please don't touch my my Ieve because I want to ritualize it with my family. Can you imagine if we did that all? Because I know women that have, but let's spread the news that halo ana kalau kapalili is the generative force coming from our Ieve, coming from our elder sibling, which is haloa, which is the long breath. Because when a baby is born, the umbilical cord still quivers, and you clean the blood off, and the amnio sac looks like that. It's got veins, and it looks like a kalo leaf. Isn't that beautiful? And everyone goes, oh, no, that's not it. Oh, yeah, that's not it. That's not it for you. But this my noahuna. It's what we experience. So we have to take our mo'olelos. We have to do the noahuna of our interpretations. So words like hahai no ka'ua I ka'ulu la'au, plant a forest and the rains will come, mean for me, share purpose with others and transform the world. Share purpose with others and transform the world. And I'm dedicated to sharing this purpose with you so we can transform the world. Because it's not going to be through a typical political forum. Nope. It's not going to be only through policies. It's not going to be only through one way. We need all hands on deck, but we need us to heal. And in order to heal, I had to heal. I had to heal with my self-loathing, with my self-hatred. I had to heal. And you see the left and right image? The left image is at the muliwai. And that's what happens when the fresh water meets the ocean water. Boom, looks like that for a second. And so that's the hidden matrix of our self-organizing world. Everything touches everything. At the right hand world, I'm seeing it in when I was in Fiji this summer. That is called the flower of life. And I think I think I saw that in your nameplate. It's beautiful. So that's one of the oldest images. I saw that in the Fiji Lava Lava in Fiji this summer. It's just beautiful. So, and that's Awamu Kuleana. You see those lines? That's Awamu, the energetic lines of procreative potential. That gets animated, that gets activated when you do your kuleana, when you do your excellence. And so that's what this image means for me. And that's why I put it below Uluwa Kevelina Akiloha. And we're going to sing this together. So we can practice this together. I saw Uluwa Kevelina Akiloha for the first time in 1985, 86 in Hilo. It was under an image of Auntie Edith Kanakaole chanting. She was like looking like this, looking amazingly Auntie Edith-like. And there was it, Uluwa Kevelina Akiloha. And under it, it meant the growth of love is the essence within the soul. The growth of love is the essence within the soul. You know, and 35 years later, my Noahuna is loving is the practice of an awake mind. Loving is the practice of an awake mind. So, the many knowledges that we gain from our ʻike kupuna inspires us, changes us, transforms us, strengthens us, affirms us, challenges us. And so every rendition of ideas is to be brought forward. And that rendition I put on my wedding announcement because I'm practicing aloha. It's not like, oh yeah, I get it, done. No. It's a daily thing. So I share this with you so that we can learn it together. And Kukuyi Mauna Kea Fourth of Ma'o Farms helped with the air. So feel the Waianae spirit, that Aina Vela Nahi Nahi spirit that is Kukui. I'll do it once, and then let's do it for 4 more times for a total of 5. Because for me, 5 is a complete number. It's like the healing number. And so I'm number 5. Nope, I was number 25. 5 times 5. But Uluwa Kevelina Akiloha. And mahalo nui for this opportunity to address you guys on Nahiraka's birthday. So I'm taking her out to dinner tonight. So that's my kuleana, and I appreciate this time. And so Maui, eo Maui nui akama. Allow Laha'āina to fill your dreams, to match your commitment to the quality of our collective evolution. Allow your dreams and the ʻike more and the ʻike uhane that is there, the more uhane, allow them to instruct us now, please, because we need that beyond this temporal world. We need a trans-temporal, trans-spatial, trans-verbal experience to get through this. But I absolutely believe we can do this. Absolutely. E ʻoluʻolu mai. Uluʻe kevelina a keloha. Uluʻe kevelina a keloha. Here we go. Uluʻe kevelina a kealoha. Uluʻe kevelina a kealoha. Uluʻe Ulua ʻike velina ke aloha. Yeah, yep, yep. Loving is the practice of an awake mind. And please take that oli, bring it into your heart, bring it into your family, bring it into your workplace. Um, and it's inspired by our kupuna, it's inspired by our practitioners, it's inspired by our historic kumupa'a. So let us kūkulukumuhana together. Let us gather and strengthen our collective resolve to heal, to help each other, to practice pono, to speak with kindness in our hearts. And I think we can do this. I hope so. I know we can. 9 messages. Hello. Thanks, you guys. Okay then. Okay then. Thanks. I'm reading 11:58. We get 2 minutes. So you guys, thank you so much for coming. There's how many of you? How many? 35. That's fabulous. If you want the citation, just email me, manulani@hawaii.edu. Hi, Melinda. Good to see you. And we will work together on bringing Laha'āina as a practice. So follow your ʻike moi, follow your dreams now. It's really important to now go to different resources, not only books, not only YouTubes, to go into your own resource. So we can do this. We can do this. And so blessings for you, Maui, nui a kama. Blessings for your work. Blessings for your energy. I really, really am so grateful to have had an opportunity to come on today and to be of service in the small mea liʻiliʻi. But yeah, write to me and I'll send you this the citation, because it's really special and really color. I want that color. It's like Korean. It's like the Korean green, yeah, green blue. Anyways, aloha mai kako, everyone. Blessings on this mahina poi poi and the fullness of this moon. May you be inspired by the potency of our times and the potential of these times. Blessings. Mahalo nui, mahalo nui, mahalo nui. Aloha ahui ho kuma.
Mahalo, Manu.
Heidi,
Love
hi.
you.
Mahalo,
Bye,
Mano.
Charmaine.
Mahalo.
Bye, Danielle. Bye, Jessica. Bye, Melinda. Bye, Helen. Bye, Dana. Bye, Jamie. Bye, Riz. Bye, you
Mahalo.
guys. Bye, Dolly. Bye,
Mahalo,
Colette.
Nui,
Bye,
Manu.
Marie. Bye, Marie.
You
Hi,
are
Ka'ai.
you are
Hey, Mari.
beloved.
Love you, Ka'ai. Bye, Brandy.
Mari.
Yeah.
Love
I,
you,
I.
Love you, Dolly.